Hello, welcome to your bonus session, which is mobility and stretching this week. So each week there'll be completely different bonus sessions. It might be high intensity. Kate would like to do a little bit of meditation, yoga. It's taking requests, okay? So we are going to do mobility and stretch. If you do any suggestions to me, then I will choose. So stretch and mobility today, or reaching over. Big breaths. And taking your arms down. I want you to take a nice wide stance. I'm going to turn my right foot out, okay, pointing over there. And then this foot's pointing forward. Taking your arms out to the side. We're going to reach. And then back. Hand coming down your back leg, reaching over. And again, a little bit further this time, reaching back, down your back foot, back leg even. Can't get my words out today. Reach, and over. Reach, stay here. I'm going to take my hand down to my knee, my elbow down to my knee even. See, I can't speak today. Reaching over. And back up, reaching down. And again, this time I'm going to go all the way down to the ground. Hand coming down to the ground, really opening out, pushing that knee over, reaching up. And back up, reaching over. And back to the center, turning that foot in. The other foot comes out to the side now. And we're going to lean, reach, and back down your back leg, reaching over, and again, open out that chest, reaching over, and this time coming down to my knee, reaching over. And back. And again, this time coming all the way down to the ground. And back up. And back to the center, turn both feet, pointing forward. And take your hand down to the ground now, so I'm really reaching my hips back. Legs stay straight, hands coming down to the ground. I'm going to walk my hand forward while pushing my hips back. I'm literally going little fingertips forward, really opening out my shoulder blades as I'm pushing my hips back. Big breaths. Lowering that chest a little bit further. And I'm just going to drop one shoulder down to the ground and then the other, almost like armpits. Drop your armpits down towards the ground. Rotating over. Feel that nice stretch deep within your shoulder blades. And the other side. Oh, that feels nice. And taking one hand up towards the ceiling, really pushing those hips back. Big breaths here. And the other side, reaching up, lean back. Big breaths, feel that each breath opening out your shoulder blades, feeling that greater stretch. And hand comes down, walking your hands over to one side. I'm just grabbing hold of my ankle and again pushing, pulling away if you like. Oh,
and pushing my shoulder towards the ground. Again, big deep breaths. And over to the other side, walk your hands over. Push away, up. Shoulder drops towards the ground. Oh, that feels so good. And then hands coming back to the center. I'm coming all the way over into this position, okay? So leg comes out. And I'm just going to point my toes and flex, point my toes and flex. And coming up and over to the other side. And back up. I'm going to walk my hands all the way round and I'm going to rotate round to this position, okay? And I'm going to bend through all the way down, dropping my knee to the ground and then rotate. So my right leg is forward, so my right hand lifts up towards the ceiling. And back. Straighten up through those front legs. I'm just lifting my front foot toe off the ground. Felt a nice stretch on my hamstrings. And then dropping back down and reaching back up. I'm going to grab hold of my foot here, my back foot, for that great stretch coming through your quads. Oh, that feels nice. And release off and straighten back up. And I'm going to come all the way around to the other side and bend that, drop that back knee down to the ground. I really can't get my words out today. And reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. And hand comes back down, straighten up. And dropping back down, reaching up, and this time I'm going to grab hold of my foot. And release off. And I'm going to step back, okay, into a downward dog position. Really open out your shoulder blades, push your chest towards your feet, planting those heels down to the ground. And I'm just going to bend one knee and the other. And I'm going to roll up, dropping through my hips. Oh, reaching up nice and tall. And I'm just going to pivot round to the side. So I'm like just leaning round to the side for that nice stretch for your obliques. Back to the centre, reaching back up into a downward dog. Each breath, pushing your chest towards your toes. And I'm bending one knee and the other. And rolling back up and dropping through your hips. Reaching up nice and tall. Rotate round to one side. And the other side.
going to sit my hips back.
Into your child pose, dropping your head down, walking your fingertips as far forward as you can. Big breaths. And rolling up into an all four position. Take a wide stance. Okay, wide stance with your knees. We're going to sit back. And we're going to rock forward. Okay. Sit back. That's it, a couple more. And pause it here. I'm going to walk my hands around to one side. And the other side. And back to the center, coming up into an all four position. Okay, I want you to roll round in a big circle, dipping through, lifting up, big circles. Really concentrate on feeling that movement as if someone's literally got a piece of string they're pulling you through, pulling up. And circle the other way. Relax there. Okay, I'm going to come into my plank position. I'm going to reach my knee into your pigeon pose. And slowly dropping through my chest all the way down to the ground. I'm just going to hold this pose until I feel sort of that release. Feeling very tight at the moment. Try not to fall to the side. Oh, I feel really tight through my hips. Just going to rock to the side. Oh my God, I don't feel my hips have been this tight. And back and to the other side. Oh my God, I think it's worse this side. And coming up. Okay, coming into a kneeling position. I want you to take your hands. Now, this is such an important exercise to work on your mobility in your wrist. I have a lot of clients that are 60 plus, believe it or not. I have 4 1-to-5 1-to-1 PTs that are 60 plus. Some of them in their 70s, a couple in their 70s, a couple nearly approaching their 70s, and I've had people in their 80s. So one thing I do notice is, especially when you get to the age of 60, the mobility in your wrists. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking my fingertips and planting my hands down to the ground. And I've got a client that basically their hands are like this. I don't know whether you can see. And could not
basically do that. Like, you couldn't put your hands on the ground, on the wall. Okay, so it restricted some of the exercises in an all four position. They were having to be like here because they could not bend. I got them to every day practice some mobility for your wrist, and I have got a specific wrist mobility on my website. And I'm not going to lie, probably it was such slow progress. A year later, I don't do it every day, a few times a week now, but as often as you can. And now, oh my God, the difference is amazing. So and I do notice it a lot, the mobility goes from, and so the younger you start doing it, the better. I'm just turning my hands around to the other side. Shake those wrists. And I feel like if I don't do more mobility, because I do have wrist issues, I really do. Sometimes I feel like giving way and stuff like that. Ankles is another one. Okay, so coming into this position, and we're going to lean over this knee, okay? Really leaning over, feeling that stretch. Oh, that feels good. Really trying to keep that heel planted as you're leaning over. And the other side. And coming into this position, I'm just going to lift my knees off the ground. And back up. And coming back up into a downward dog position, walking your feet forward. Big breaths. I'm going to just take a little step out and coming all the way down into a sumo position. Now this is a great exercise to try and work on, okay? If you can hold this pose, brilliant, okay? Keep holding it, keep doing it as often as you possibly can. I definitely do this daily. It's such good mobility for your hips, your ankles, your knees, everywhere. It's such a good exercise. So if you can, try and do it on a daily basis and just sit there practicing, okay? And I'm pushing my hands out to the side, really pushing my knees out here. And coming all the way up, reaching one hand up towards the ceiling. And the other side. Back down, rolling up. Taking one hand across. Opening out, other side. Hands up. Hands up, hands up. And taking my head over to one side. I'm taking my hand over to my head so that the weight of my hand just resting down, feel that nice stretch on my shoulder. And then look down towards the ground to one side. And the other side. Well done. Hope you enjoyed that mobility and stretch session. I think it was needed. I have a feeling these bonus sessions is going to be quite a lot of that. But that's okay. Anyway, see you soon. Bye.